Right, so we've got a new season in Disney Speedstorm. I'll get rid of that. I forgot to make... That's for my streams, it's not. I need to see that. But... Please shut up, Donald. For fuck's sake. Anyways. New season, Disney Speedstorm. And I, a lot of my videos to do with this game have been very negative. And my video for the end of last season was fairly negative as well. What I will say is, I think this season is the most exciting season in months. If not months, in a year or two. And given that the game is only like 3 years old, it doesn't say much about the quality of previous seasons. And it's also saying a lot because there is no new track this season. However, all of the issues that I have with this season are the same issues that I've had with every other season that's followed this format, and the same issues that I had with the previous season as well. I don't like the new way of getting characters. I don't like how characters now seem to be at a premium. However, with everything else that was added in this season, chasing the new shiny characters is even less of a priority, because not only do we have a whole new star to contend with, every character now has a 6th star, so you can kind of forget about having to get stars for, or having to get like the new characters, when you've got basically the whole roster that you can grind for now as well. The tune coins are not nearly as bad as I thought they would be. They're not nearly as bad as I thought they would be. In terms of the new characters and who I think is going to be good or not, it doesn't really matter. I think Shan Yu's going to be pretty bad. Going off what his skills actually are, he doesn't seem very good, because he's got one of those. He's got one of those like charge skills. It's not an autopilot skill, but if I show it off, it actually slows him down. The Hawk is pretty good, so he's going to be one of those characters where it's better to use his normal activation than his charged activation. But even then, I don't think his stats are that great. Like, he's a good top speed character, but he doesn't have great top speed and good acceleration. He's got good top speed and mid acceleration. So he's not really gonna fill a void. And especially when we're looking at characters like Sully, characters like Steamboat Pete are going to be getting even better this season with the new star, with the introduction of 6 star. I don't think Shan Yu is going to be a priority, because those heavy characters that are already great are getting even better. So I would say, even if you are a whale and you're in the position where you can get Shan Yu, I would say don't bother. I would say don't bother for the time being. He's not. I wouldn't say he's a priority. I would say he's kind of like a worse version of. It's kind of a worse version of Aladdin, in a way. And that charge skill is not good. That charge skill is not good. In terms of what free characters are you going to be getting? Well, if you've got the pass, you're going to be getting Dale for this half of the season, and you're going to be getting Chip for the next half of the season. For this half of the season free, you're going to be getting Miss Incredible. Both characters are relatively difficult to get. Both characters were difficult when they launched to get, and they're still not amazing to get now. I don't like having so many passes, but it's something that we've got to kind of live with. I like the choice of characters. I mean, with last season, the game was pretty giving, even with giving out shards for free for whoever the premium characters were. So people are going to finally be unlocking Dale. People are going to be finally unlocking Chip, or getting Chip more leveled up, and people are going to finally be getting Elastigirl leveled up. I really like how they worked the changeover to the new currency. Like I said, it doesn't seem like they're shortchanging. It doesn't seem like they're shortchanging people or shortchanging players out of Toon Coins as much as we were for what it seemed for upgrade coins. It doesn't seem like you're getting a lot of Toon Coins because you need less of them per level. Like, you don't need as many Toon Coins to star up your characters as you did upgrade coins for the last season. I think to get a chunk of a star when you're 6-star, when you're looking to get to 6-star with a character, it's 1,000 Toon Coins, and it's not that difficult to get 1,000 Toon Coins. So it's like you've got to look at what is your priority. Is your priority getting nodes done? Is your priority building as high as possible for ranked multiplayer? What is your priority when it comes to building these characters? But I don't think that the change from upgrade coins to Toon Coins is that bad, personally. And I think giving every character a new star, something else to reach, is giving players more reasons to log in. That's rather than, oh, do you want to play some multiplayer with a character you have barely any stars in, or you have no stars in you haven't even unlocked. Do you want to do that? I don't think many people do. When it comes to the Tails, use Alice, use Mad Hatter. I might as well go in. I do want to talk about Adventure Road because I think this is interesting. I've seen a lot of controversy about this, and I think the only thing, because like yes, it is asking for.
Oh, I just love racing.
I'm gonna jump in. Anyway, yes, it is asking for it's asking for 6-star characters. It's asking for Scrooge McDuck, who is a difficult character to unlock and upgrade. However, it's evergreen content. You know, this is here to stay. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad that it's asking for. I'm glad that it's asking for like higher levels of characters, because it's something to build to, and it's something to like prioritize, because like, and it's something to chip away at as well. That's the whole point, and that's why I've been asking for a game mode like this for a while. Would I prefer the rewards be better? Yeah, and I think that's maybe something that should be. I think that maybe that should be more of a source of controversy than like what the restrictions are, or what characters it's asking for. Because it's asking for 6-star characters, yet it's not giving you. Yet the rewards are avatars, which do nothing. You know, there is the new pass, or the new passes with each adventure tour chapter. There is a pass associated to it, which I don't like. However, those do seem to be where you're getting the bulk of rewards from. That's where you're getting character shards. That's where you're getting toon coins. And I don't love that. I'd prefer if they did away with the passes entirely, or made it so that they were able to get with premium. If you had an option that wasn't just I'll pay money for the pass, I'd prefer it to go back to the old style of being able to buy the golden pass or the diamond pass with tokens. Because right now there's no real point in even trying to get tokens. Which means there's no real point in playing multiplayer outside of for a tale. So yeah, that's my only real issue with the adventure tour or the adventure road. I just think the rewards are a bit shit for the time for where we are at the moment in the game, and especially since, you know, we're not just gonna need toon coins for like Mickey and Friends races, and you know, at least it's not asking for Pete. That's just the thing. At least it's not asking for Pete. weirdly enough, it's not asking for... It is asking for 6-star. But that is 9 6-stars it's looking for. And then another 5 6-stars. So that's 14, 18, 21, 24. It's asking for 24 6-star characters. And 2 of these chapters getting these characters to 6-star. Also, I guess just fuck Honey Lemon. I guess. I mean, not in that way, but I guess just Honey Lemon's not worth being put on the thumbnail. Or, like, this is the outlier and it's the only one that has more than 2 characters on it. But anyway, as far as it goes, I think this season, in terms of new content, in terms of making the game feel refreshed, this season has done leagues more than any other season has done in terms of making the game feel fresher than it has before. The problems that were there are still there, but I'm more excited to play the game now because, you know, we're seeing characters get insane. We're seeing characters get so crazy. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this new season. Again, if anything drastic happens before the end of the season, like, I'm gonna mention that in an overview video at the end when the season ends. The only thing that would make this season, you know, that would make me be able to talk about the season even more in a positive light is if there was a new track as well. But I can look past the new track when we've got a whole new game mode, and this isn't like tournaments where you're going to be there for about half an hour and then you're done. This is something that's going to take a lot of players a lot of time to chip through. So I think by the time that the next bulk of adventure roads come out, you know, when we're not even going to, I don't think we're even going to scratch the surface of this. And you don't need to finish one to be able to unlock the next. I'm able to get into the Lilo and Stitch one even without needing to finish Mickey and Friends. So yeah, just remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Do I think the game is any better now? It's about the same, but the game feels refreshed now, is what I'm alluding to, is what I'm trying to say. The game feels like it's got like this new coat of paint, this new burst of energy, and however long that lasts, I don't think it's going to last till the end of the season. And like I said, at the moment, it is a lot of like new shiny. And, like, at the end of the day, the 6-star is just cosmetic. It's going to make characters who are already crazy even crazier. And it's going to make characters that aren't that good, it's going to make them usable. But I don't think it's going to massively shake up the meta. I think it's more going to be... I think it's more going to be a case of the rich get richer. And, you know, if everyone gets a little bit better, you won't really see much of a change. It's just the numbers will get bigger for everyone. And I think it's going to be more of a thing for newer characters to ascend. Because, like, I've been saying for a while that the big thing now, what we're looking for, or what I'm looking for anyway, for a character to really be exciting, is if they're able to consistently be, or consistently stay at 300 km/h. If a character can consistently stay at that, then they're in the higher echelons. For me personally. And I think now with 6-star, we're going to see some of those. We're going to see some characters. We're going to see a majority of the brawler class and a lot of the heavier characters be jumping into that. So we're going to start looking for, if they're at 300, 320 consistently, we're going to look at characters getting 350, 375, coming up to 400. And those are going to be the higher echelon S tier characters. You know, so anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I will see you guys in the next one. I do have a One Piece, the next 3 chapters of One Piece I have got finished, so I have gotten finished. So the next video I do will be talking about those, and then we do have the first book in Mistborn Era 2 that I'm nearly finished with. So I'll be doing a video on that very, very soon as well. So I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed. See you guys next time. Peace.